like those electronic keyboard sounds. It sounds so modern. Yes, give it to me. So the first group that we're going to be reacting to is a group called SNSD, or Girls' Generation. They are one of the most iconic girl groups in Korea. They changed the paradigm of what females were thought to be capable of.
Oh shit, son!
Fuck me up with changing some paradigms of what women were expected to do.
Hashtag paradigms, hashtag piano, hashtag kill me, hashtag what?
I was talking about the patriarchy, so
Patriarchy too.
So they debuted in 2007 with 9 members with this song that we're about to react to called Into the New World. And they used that.
did they really?
But they
I call it.
But they changed the rhythm. See if you can find it.
Da 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 da. Da, 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 da.
So this song that we're about to listen to was used as a student's protest anthem against corruption.
Oh fuck yeah!
And then afterwards became the song for New Change. So it was used at multiple protest rallies, pride parades, and a president's.
So what you're telling me is that Girls' Generation is the best?
Yeah, there's some badass bitches.
You want to do it together?
I feel like we should.
I think we should.
Yeah,
This is our first look together.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Well, I can tell this is from 10 years ago.
Yeah, I know, the 2007 vibes are real.
It's just like...
Wow.
Holy crap.
Nostalgia, baby.
Beep, bum, 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 bum. I don't know, I don't think I should be memeing this really heavy tune, but...
Oh yeah.
I'm loving...
The arpeggiation.
Too loud.
That sounds like Frozen a little bit.
Wow. Is that a quote from something? Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, electric guitar, nice.
Yeah. It's like really pingy synths, but then like a rock. It's like the
Yeah, the
Who.
rock, you got the rock
It's like the
drums.
Who with a synth on top.
Exactly.
This is a long intro. Now she comes in.
There's a clavinova in the back that I'm digging.
Was that it? I love their singing. It's more natural.
That was the door shot? I didn't hear it.
See, they do a good job of like making like such a heavy topic like pretty upbeat.
But they definitely throw in those minor chords, and like it makes it more real.
Yo, yeah.
It does still show that it's a heavy topic.
I mean, it's kind of catchy, like the way the beat moves, it's like, kind of keeps rolling. You kind of just like bounce your head back and forth.
Like, it's playing with, like, whether it's an E minor or G major, it's like somewhere in between.
Have you been paying attention to the words?
Yeah, I'm trying to like pay attention to what they're saying, man. I like how like they don't give up. There's like the suspension, like
Yeah.
emphasis to the lyrics.
This is such a typical bass line.
Wow.
Oh wow.
So much unending sadness that they're all
So
leaving
much
behind.
Yeah, wow.
I'm digging their unison singing. It's really good. There's less auto-tune.
One thing that's confusing me, it's a little bit of like a upbeat, like kind of like happy key to be singing like these lyrics too.
Those are bands. Oh my god.
Oh, break it. And, break.
What is that? Rounded binary? The chorus? No, it's not. It's not the same. The second phrase is not.
I've been
the
out
same
of
as the
Eastman
first.
too long, man.
I was really not expecting like a full-on dance break. Like all melody dropped out. It was literally just like
Drums and dance
the
break.
purpose was dance break.
I like the change in the timbre of the voice though. That they're using that pretty well.
See, that was cool because like you can like develop a song without like sounds because it takes away the piano, so it's just like solely rhythmic. But yet you still feel it going forward. I really love that.
I feel like that's a really popular trend in today's music.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you just like cut everything out and you get this break in the texture. Less is more.
Seems like the story is kind of like, I don't know, just like kind of girls being girls, do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I can be a ballerina, but I
I
can
know.
also like break
This
it down.
definitely puts the evolution of the music videos into perspective a lot.
Like the influence that these guys have had on modern K-pop. Like it's so painfully obvious. I mean, I know it's the same genre and I know that not a lot of time has passed, but like
in this day and age, like music changes rapidly, and the fact that there's so many like common threads is like just speaks to how like iconic these guys are in this culture.
Because you expect it to go door 5 wide, but it's
the chromatic is like up a half step. There it was.
Oh,
there we go! Was that a whole step?
I can't. Yes, it's a whole step.
Yeah.
I noticed that there's like no like definite drops in this, whereas like current music it like builds and then it's like
I never
Here
heard
it's just like
symphony in it.
I'm still waiting for the clip of Dvorak 9.
I'm waiting for it.
Already happened.
It already happened? We missed it? Was it the beam bum bum bum? No, probably not.
No, we were saying that.
It was in the vocal melody. They totally changed up the rhythm.
Oh. See, rhythm is key. Like, that's honestly like what is like the glue to like a quotation is like rhythm. Because it's like, if you play like the wrong notes but in the right rhythm, you can still kind of get it. It's when you change the rhythm where it gets a little, whoa.
Yeah.
Were you able to hear like any clips of Into the
No.
World?
You're not gonna believe it
No.
when it's revealed.
I gotta give up.
No.
I want to find this.
No.
Okay, I give up.
It's actually the very first line of the song. That's it. Because if you manipulate the rhythm, there's gonna dun 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 dun.
No! That doesn't count!
But the emphasis is totally wrong because in Dvorak, D, da, 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 it uses
yeah.
the E as the first note. But this one, it starts with the D, so da, 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 da. That's why it's, yeah, that's why it's, you can't hear it. Because the emphasis is totally in the wrong place.
Oh man, that was a lot.
Yeah, so what did you think of the overall composition of this song?
Honestly, yeah, it sounded a little bit monotonous, but monotonous not necessarily in like a negative connotation that usually you would associate with when you talk about music. Like it was just, I didn't necessarily notice different sections during the song because the overall like prevailing beat and melody was just like so prominent and it was 5 minutes long. It's just like, that's the only melody I could like hear, you know, even when it diverted for a second onto like a different section.
I really appreciated like the pure vocals. It just felt like the people were singing what was natural for them to sing. I never felt like the singers were strained at any point, and I think that happens a lot more, mainly because of where pop wants to go these days, just the cultural shift in the music.
It was so 2007. Like the quality of the sound.
the synth sounds and like they're like Chinese sounds and just like the da-na of the guitar. It wasn't like the kind of like 70s like na-na-na-na that is popular now. Just like how they did the vocals, like they echoed each other in a certain way that just made it sound 2000s. And like, which is fine.
I agree. Like, it was a very standard bass line, but they definitely threw in some really nice minor chords in the major song, and I do think that it was to reflect the heavy topic, since they like definitely put a lot of thought into every single note that they picked for the melody, because I honestly didn't even get the fact that that was Dvorak 9, and I was listening for it too.
If you had just been like, here's a song, I would have been like, yo, boring. No, but as like a symbol in a movement, I think it's perfect. I never need to hear the song We Are the World ever again, and I think it's like just a stupid, catchy pop song. But I also think that it has a place in global change, you know, as being like a form of art that a lot of different artists from everywhere can rally behind. I mean, music is like a language to everyone. I mean, no matter where you're from. I think very highly of music that has that effect on social change. So, kudos.
Okay, well now we're gonna compare it to All Night, which is their latest comeback. So we're comparing their debut song with 10 years later, their latest song.
10 years later.
10 years later.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I feel like it's gonna be like a completely different group.
I'm actually really interested.
Well, like, as far as like the sound, like as far as like completely different group is like the sound they're about to come out with, you know, because it's like pop music is very calculated.
Not only that, but the times have changed. So like the pop music of today is very different than 2007. So I wonder if they're gonna change to those Standing.
Yeah.
Okay, all night. Let's do it. All night. Woo! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Oh wow.
Oh my god,
I like
what the
to
fucking
party.
hell? This is so different.
Very different.
So, did they just like put themselves in time capsules and like not age at all? Like,
Korean skincare.
Yeah, that,
Yeah, like all of this percussion and stuff that they're using, this is super modern.
This definitely focuses way more on groove than it does on melody.
it's got more of a hip hop vibe too,
Yeah.
and a bluesier. The vocal line is bluesier. It's not in the major
Yeah,
melody.
it's more inspired by R&B, which makes
Yeah.
sense because most things are nowadays.
Yeah, most things have been inspired by R&B and pop, and you can see that.
Their outfits and stuff are so much more modern.
Yeah.
Like they don't match. Oh my god, that was awesome. It seemed like it should be a drop, but then it just went into like dum, dum, dum.
okay, yeah, this is like modern sound, like that bass sound.
Yeah.
Synth drums.
Yeah. It's very common these days.
Okay, now it feels better, but like before, like now with the cymbals, not cymbals, what do you call it?
Oh, hi-hat?
Hi-hat, yeah, like with a hi-hat it feels more better, but before then, like without it, it felt really empty. There was a voice and then there was like this really low, like bass line-ish type thing.
But it's still like the same idea, like the same chord structure, kind of.
Yeah. It's just like, I think the chord structure is roughly the same, but the choice in synth sounds.
Yep. Well, I mean, that's definitely involved in the pop.
Oh, yeah, of course.
There's less instruments in it, actually. There's the bass, the drums, and then there's a tiny bit of strings.
Yeah.
But versus the other song was super layered.
Yeah, girl, shit.
Yeah, this bass is killing it.
Yeah. Wow, wow, wow.
Oh my gosh, confetti.
See, for me, the verse sounds particularly 80s, but then the chorus comes. There's
Yeah.
I like this beat 10 times better than the other one, but the melody is...
Yeah, the melody is nothing special, and to be honest, I'm starting to get like bored of all the shit. Like it was like cool at first because it was a change, but like now it's just kind of like
there is like a lot going on right now.
it's just like too much sensory overload. Like I don't dig it.
Yeah, I like the continuous like bum,
The bass ostinato.
Yeah, it's like I think it's cool.
Oh!
Check out the synth for a bar.
Yeah.
The low synth.
We'll sing.
Woo! This is really different now.
Yeah, this took a left turn.
The red section.
Ooh, I like those electronic keyboard sounds. It sounds so modern. Yes, give it to me. I like the halftime. It's so like, oh, it's like, do you hear that? You're in a big room right now.
We're in a
watching this.
field.
Oh, there we go.
I knew there wasn't going to be a key change. It was like one of those misleading things.
Yeah. Oh, that's really interesting. It probably could have worked to step up too.
Oh yeah, exactly. They could have went anywhere.
Yeah.
But this keeps you interested.
Yeah, it's like the drops are different each time. It's like it starts out like calmer when it drops, and then it builds and builds. Each time it drops, it gets like a little bit more hype.
It feels like I would dance to this at my 8th grade dance. You know.
Which is not necessarily an insult. It's
Yeah.
just like it's just a different vibe, you know, different generation. So
Sure.
Girls'
generation.
That was cool.
That was really awesome. If you're gonna come back
Props
to
to you.
something,
Come back with that.
yeah, if you're gonna do a comeback, ladies and gentlemen, that's how you friggin' do it.
So yeah, what were your thoughts about this one overall musically?
Well, I definitely thought that they certainly embraced a newer sound.
Yeah, I think it was more geared around the sounds than like the harmonic structure of it all, because it's like it's pretty straight up pop music, you know.
Mhm.
So like a lot of it wasn't like, you know, going all over the place, but it kind of allowed for the section that was like very different to seem very different.
Oh yeah.
I think of
That
this one
beat was
musically.
so much better in the second one, but the melody was. It was just like they have good voices. Like in between like the choruses, they were doing like some solo stuff where the beat dropped out, where like either the instrumental sounded good or like their voice sounded like really good. It's just like when they came back in like all together, their other melody was more catchy than this one.
3-3-3-1, 4-3-1. Yeah, whatever. At least the last one had like way more melodic substance.
Word.
And I guess like even though the groove was good, in my opinion, it did not make up for the lack of melodic content.
It was more complex than the first one, because I think the first one you could, like we said, you could break it down to like drum set, synth, glockenspiel, and voices. This one, and part of it too, and this is part of how music, and especially pop music, has been going, is using tonal instruments like a synth as percussive instruments. And same with the vocal lines. If you listen to the vocal lines of the song from 2007, you're gonna have longer sustained notes. You're gonna have melodies that have longer phrases that are more sustained and more
Yeah,
legato.
it's ultimately just gonna be more sung.
Exactly.
Right? Like,
It's like, instead of having a lot of things going on at once, it's like having everything more homophonic.
these girls, what's so impressive is that they are just singing exactly how it comes out of their mouth.
Yep.
Which is harder than it sounds.
Yeah, and you know, I think vocally, if I'm gonna go purely off vocals, I am most impressed with them and Akmu. Because I'm I am the least concerned about them and Akmu.
Yeah,
I am
because,
most
like,
vocally satisfied with their technique. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to be like that pretentious guy.
Yeah, because
There's different
obviously,
techniques
yeah,
for different things.
someone like Mamamoo, they have a completely different singing technique than we do.
Exactly.
And it sounds fucking awesome.
It does.
But it's a completely different world, right?
Yeah.
We don't, to our ears, and our ear is trained to no tension, no adding anything, natural vibrato, like all
Natural
of it just,
vibrato, not
like,
sustaining. A lot of pop, what you'll have is they'll go up to the high note, they'll go, ah, and they'll sustain it on.
And then they'll add vibrato
Yeah.
instead of release, which is like iffy. But again, completely different technique. So
Yep.
to our ears, we're attracted to stuff like this because it's simple and nothing stands out as even remotely unhealthy.
Hi guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see what other K-pop songs we're going to react to, please check out our reaction schedule. I have a link to the Google Doc with the full reaction schedule in the description. And of course, a huge thank you to our wonderful patrons. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing today. If you want to support us by being a patron, you can either click here or check out the description for more information. On Patreon, you'll get access to tons of stuff we won't post on the official YouTube. For example, uncut reactions, special reactor covers, and more. Alright, see you guys next time. Thanks so much.